work on some of this head shyness now we started with yesterday. I'm just going to flick this rope up over his ear, over his head. Oh, and he's pinning an ear there. I'm just going to flick this rope backwards and forwards around that one ear. Good. Lick and chew. Give him a pat there. That's good. So I'm going to keep flicking this rope up around his head till I get a bit of a change here. Till he stops jerking his head around, getting head shy. Being funny about it. And sometimes it's going to get hooked up around his ears here. I don't mind that. That gives us an opportunity to work on that stuff, getting his ears handled a little bit by the rope. That's a little bit better. That's a bit of an improvement from yesterday. That's good. So I work on that a little. I'm trying to get that more around his ears than just over his neck. That seems to be where the touchy point is, around the back of his ears there. That's good there. That's good. 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 I'll give him a rest there. That's good. There's a nice little bit of progress there. So I'll go into working on this bridling issue. I'm going to. He's got an issue with me handling him there, up around his ear. So I'm going to put my hand there and hold on to him. I'm going to put some pressure on the lead rope there, on the head collar. No, you bring your head down to me, please. I'm going to squeeze him there on his pole. Give me that head and jiggle that. Add pressure, add pressure. He's really resistant to that. So I'm going to bump on it a bit. And give him a rub there when he's about where I want him. Give him a rub there. Good. This is where I want him when I'm bridling. I'll rub that inside here. He's wanting to snatch away. I'm going to bump on him there. Up. You get off my foot. Up. All right, you back. Back. He stepped across onto my foot there. He's trying to push me out the way with his shoulder. And then he wanted to take off. So I'm going to make him take off backwards. Make that uncomfortable for him. And then we're going to work. When we get to where we took off backwards to, that's going to be a place of work. When he pulls on the lead rope, I'm going to pull back. Yield to hind quarter, change directions. That's a little better. Yield to hind quarter, change directions. Bump on his nose when he wants to pull on me. Yield to hind quarter, change directions. Bump on his nose. So he's trying to use his size against me. He's learned, he doesn't have much of a ground education, and he's learned that he can push people around on the ground. So he's got to learn now that I make his feet move where I want them to move, and he's got to give me space, not the other way around. Yield that hind quarter. He's wanting to run off there. So I'll bump that nose, back him up, send him off again. Bump that nose, bump that nose. He's going the wrong way. Bump that nose. So he's wanting to run off and be silly. So I'm going to tell him that he needs to keep his attention here. He's not getting out of this unless he does the right thing. Yield a hind quarter. Nice. Change direction. Good. Much nicer. Good. He takes that direction to pick up the trot there. That's nice. I like that. It's very sensitive. Oh, yield a hind quarter. Good. Back up. Good. Good. Licking and chewing, real hard time getting a bridle on him for that reason. Right, so that's what I teach. I teach my horses from real young when I'm starting them. Bring your head around to me. This is where I put the head collar on. This is where it comes off. This is where I put the bridle on. This is where it comes off. He's wanting to pull his head up and away there. And I'm pressing with my fingers in between his pole there, between his ears. When he's where I want him to be, I give him a rub. It's a nice place to be. I'll rub that ear. Bring him back to me. He's wanting to snatch away. Press, press, bring him back to me. Good. Bring him back to me. He's wanting to pull away again. Press, 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 press. I'll make that real uncomfortable when he wants to pull away. This is a comfortable spot to be right here. I'll rub you. I'll rub you. This is nice here. I'll rub that outside here. There, rub down his neck there a little. So we'll have a nice little conversation here about where the good spot to be is. Rub his face a little bit there. Rub that inside here. Good. That's much better. Much better. He wanted to snatch a little. Press him back. Rub that outside here. That's good. Rub that outside here. He's wanting to snatch again. He's wanting to snatch again. Now I'm going to make him back up. He wanted to back up. Make him back up. Make him work. So backing out of that is a hard deal. And this is the trouble with horses that go through training and don't get a good foundation from the start. They learn some bad habits. They learn some bad manners. They get away with some stuff. So then we come to a situation like we got here, and things might get a little bit ugly at times. You know, it's not going to be pretty from the start. Good. 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 Here we go, straight back to what we were doing. So we don't get a release by backing away. We don't get a release by trying to avoid. Yeah. The release comes from doing the right thing. Press, press. I want him down here. All right. I'm going to put my hand up here on the back of his head. Press, 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 press. Press, 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 press. wanting to jack his head away. There, that's good there. Give him a release there. But he wants to shake his head and pull away. There, good. So he's getting a little release when he gets his head where I want it. There, good. Don't step your shoulder into me. Give him some guidance with that left hand there. Rub on his head. Rub that right ear, that's good. 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 Give him a nice rub there. You want to try and make this a real nice place to be. Nice rub there. I'm rubbing that left ear at the same time. Rub that right ear. Press, he's pulling his head away. Get him back down where I want him. Good. It's not that bad, mate. That's good there. That's nice there. He wants to snatch away. As soon as I take that hand away, he wants to snatch away. Rub him there. That's good. See, I'm rubbing that left ear now and he's fine with that left ear. He doesn't like when I touch it when I'm on the other side. There's a boy. See, he thought about snatching there. I want to give him a reward there. He thought about snatching his head away there, and he didn't. He second guessed himself a little bit. He braced up to do it, and then he softened to me. So I'll give him a nice little rest there. Let him relax there. By the time you get to breaking a horse in, well, this fella's been to 2 different breakers and he's still got this problem. By the time you get to breaking a horse in, well, this really shouldn't be a problem. These things should be sorted out when horses are foals. That's nice there. I really like that. I'm going to give him a rest there. He come around to me real nice and soft. Well, these problems are really easy to get on top of when a horse is this big. You know, you get them really well handled around their head, around their poll, around their ears. You know, get them really comfortable with all this stuff, and then you don't have to try and deal with this stuff when they're 16 hands. Just rub that outside ear there. That's all right. That's good there. That's much better. That's an improvement. That's good. Little rub there. Good. Come back to me. Good. Come back to me. Good. Come back to me. Don't step to me. Just give me your face. There you go. Good. Nice there. I like that. Well done. That's an improvement, kid. Yeah? So we'll do a little more, one more little rope toss. That's a big improvement there, isn't it? Huge improvement. Much better than 20 minutes ago. Well done. Well done. I think that's enough for today. Hose all this stress sweat off you. and give you a feed. What do you reckon?